Alright, everybody, and welcome back to another V Rising. That's right, we're here getting ready to do even more of those vampire things. So last time we managed to upgrade weapons, we managed to upgrade gear, we got a ton of new recipes, placed a couple new benches, and killed some bosses. So now this time we're going to be doing a little bit of the same. We're going to be gathering up some new resources. I did take the time once again to gather up a bunch of iron, and we have some sulfur cooking. We have a bunch of good things on the way. We are ready to do the thing. I've already taken the opportunity to track our next boss. She can be a little bit of a pain because she does heal herself, which is rough to say the least. Ton of holy damage going out, and yeah, but we really need that glass if we're going to make the final advancements as far as weaponry is concerned. So let's get started, and hopefully we do well. Alright, we now have our final two weapons. The axe, looking pretty good there, and of course, that there crossbow. Really like the look of this thing. It's so huge though, you might as well be walking around with a giant ballista. But at any rate, that also gives us our final abilities for both of these as well. You have your regular firing mechanism for this, you have your volley, and then you just have a quick little shot there. It's pretty nice, it's not bad. For our axe, you have your typical swing, you have your little leap forward and slash, and then, yeah, you can designate an area, throw out both of the axes, and they come back to you like Captain America. Pretty cool. If you do manage to have something in the way, it will block the animation. However, if the animation completes, and where you see that small circle on the ground, the two axes make contact with each other and an enemy is between them, it will stun them. It's difficult to land because it does have a minimal range at which you can throw it. I can't throw it any shorter than that, so yeah, it can be rough. But it is very useful for certain bosses as well. Next, I did take the opportunity to go ahead and place down the alchemy floors for our benches over here. As you can see, reduced costs and greater speed for crafting. Really nice. Hopefully we can unlock some more flooring today, but we did also unlock prison cells. Now I've been looking forward to these because what they do is they allow you to charm NPCs, and rather than turning them into vampires like Sophia over here, you can actually lock them in prison and drain their blood anytime you want into small vials, meaning you can carry around with you essentially blood potions, and anytime that you need a drink, instead of eating rats, you can actually eat something that's a little bit more healthy for you. I think we're just, for the time being, going to set these outside, as we don't have prison floors, so it won't really matter much. If we see any creatures that have a really high blood tier, usually you want ones that are at 100%. We'll grab that up and bring it back home with us. For the time being, though, I think it's boss time. Alright, so this next boss that we're on our way to, like I said, she can be a bit of a pain. She does have the ability to heal herself. You can break her out of her healing, and you can usually out-damage her healing. Hitting her with any sort of sustained effect, similar to the Reaper's ability to have a blade just sit there and chop at the enemy will usually outdo the healing. You can push her, which will cancel her healing as well. Using something like the hammer, for instance, will push her out of that effect. There are ways to put a dot with, like, the chaos abilities that will They can't outdo her healing, but they will keep her from healing as much as she would have otherwise. Now, she is another one of those wandering bosses, so we're going to have to go and track her down. And then the other problem becomes that with her wandering around, she will cross paths with groups of NPCs. You don't want to fight her with too many ads. There's also a vampire hunter that will occasionally cross her path, and you don't want to be fighting both bosses at once. He's very bad. And there she is.
This is my conviction.
Oh, that's very bad.
My conviction.
It's not a boss, it's just a traitor. We're gonna restart this fight. Having a hard time getting these two to separate.
Shining blessings.
Great! And now the vampire hunter has showed up. Oh no.
This is my conviction. I will show you discipline. This is my conviction. Shining blessings. Shining blessings. Shining blessings. This is my conviction.
Man, all the worst scenarios. Oh my, yeah, can't win.
Blessings. Shining blessings. This is my conviction. Shining blessings. I will show you discipline. My conviction.
Got her.
I did everything I could.
Oh. Wow, what a pain in the neck. Boom. A quick side note though, these nuns, one of the few that give scholar blood that you can actually throw into a cage, and they the scholar blood increases your ability to do magical damage. They're really awesome. But we do have some new abilities which we can use. Bam. This one is in fact one of my favorites. You can throw down a little circle on the ground, It will heal you if you stay in it, slows enemies, explodes, deals damage. It's pretty good. Now, the amount of healing is usually based off of how much magical power you have, so keep that in mind. Kind of want to take a little bit of damage here. Come on. Come on, hit me! 10 for the initial, 18 for the burst. Pretty nice. Alright, finally back to base. We got enough scrolls. Let's randomize another one. Ooh, slasher upgrades. I'll take it. One of the main things I wanted out of this boss kill was the ability to make glass, which we're going to need to upgrade our heart. So, I think that's what we're about to do. Alright, and here we go. Bam! As you can see, it gives you more spaces for blood. We can have more servant coffins, and we're now up to 150 tiles that we can have down on the ground, which will allow us to extend our garden. We also have a few more rooms to build, including the prison and the library, but that's for later. We have the ability to expand when we're good and ready. We do also have a castle throne, which they want us to put down. It requires a lot of greater blood essence. After that, we get the access to the Twilight Eye. Placing that down is literally the final mission in the game. Technically, we won't need to do that because the Twilight Eye only shows you where the final 3 bosses are, as I already know where that is. We won't need to rush to that at any point. And you can just technically track them just fine. The pillars that it actually tracks shows where the base of the person who is holding it is. So, yeah, as it's a PvP item, does not affect the solo player. Alright, and to upgrade to the next tier weapons, you are going to need greater blood, you're going to need some regular gems, and you're going to need the regular iron slashers, as well as some reinforced planks. Now, you're going to need a ton of the greater essence, so make sure you're bringing back those hearts and squishing them down into essences up until the point where, yeah, you're able to actually use blood. Right here is our vampire hunter. He's going to be a difficult fight, but I have faith that we can get through it. Now, this one is going to give us the ability to upgrade our necklace. In my opinion, the necklaces and accessories and stuff like that, biggest upgrade you can get, mainly because it upgrades your spell power. It also gives you a nice gear score increase. Scourgestone, we're going to start wanting to make a ton of that. You can get some from just killing regular skeletons, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. And then, of course, you have your jewelry table. This is actually where you're going to make your final accessories. We want all that goodness. So we're going to go ahead and track this boss, work on it next, and see what do. Alright, it's time to go face the next boss, which actually isn't too far from our base, right over here. Should be at the top, actually, right in that area. Now, on the way there, right about in this area, there will be a undead commander. Now, we're going to want to kill that thing. He's practically a boss at this tier, though. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer fight. Not too terribly difficult, though. And the reason why we want to fight this guy is because he drops the General's Soul Reaper. One of the few unique weapons that you can get in the game. Really powerful because, well, it's a Reaper to begin with, and we're going to want that to fight the boss, but it also has added spell power, whereas you can see we have none of that on this. If you're playing with friends and you want to play as a healer or something like to that effect, you're definitely going to want this weapon. Well, we didn't have any luck getting the items we wanted from the general, but the boss is right here. We have a decent blood type, so we're going to try to face him. Now, he does have a couple wandering ads. If you take out your crossbow, you can usually get their attention and have them move away from the boss a bit there. Take them out super quick. Alright, so we do have one weapon I was wanting to use. This guy, whenever bosses get to half health, they tend to go into like a rage state where they just start using a new moveset and combining it with faster versions of their original moveset. With this guy, he calls out a bunch of illusions that run around and hit you, but you're in almost complete blackness and unable to see anything. With this, we can simply make it so that way the enemies can't see us. Alright, let's give this a shot.
Darkness calls to me, and it knows your name, creature.
Got him.
I still have faith.
Faith means nothing if you don't follow through. Whoosh. Fantastic. And with that, we've earned ourselves another new ability. So, if we pop over here to illusions, we now have these little guardians. They're kind of neat. Throw them down on the ground there, they'll charge at something, hit them, stun them, push them back. Same as the boss used against us. It's kind of neat. I haven't really found a use for it during boss fights. It's probably okay versus, you know, like large groups of ads. Other than that, I don't know. Alright. Let's try to kill this guy one last time. No such luck. Alright, along with that boss kill, we also got a new crafting bench. Now, this is one that we're going to have to make an entire room for. But for the time being, I guess we'll just, I don't know, up there, bam. And as you can see, all the things that we could make before, including other jewelries, and the new one are right here. Now, we did pick up some sunflowers. We'll grab those real quick from the garden and make the new necklace. If anybody is curious where you can get sunflowers, right down here, a lot of them, of the gardens that also have cotton, will most likely have sunflowers. And you'll get sunflower seeds occasionally when chopping at the sunflowers in the farms. Super easy, but for the time being, what we really want is this. Bam! And there is our upgraded necklace. We are now 52 with the Reaper out. With our highest tier weapon, we are 55. We are making a lot of progress here. Now, we can also take our older accessory and go ahead and give it to our companion over here, making them 37. Fantastic. But one of the best things that we get to make now is scourge stone. So if you come over here to your furnace, as you can see, we have most of the things put in here already. Toss in all the ingredients and it will begin making the scourge stone. You're going to need a ton of scourge stone, because once we get into the Silver Age, we'll be able to make the dark silver out of the scourge stone and raw silver ore. It's going to make our final tier weapons, and then our finer tier accessories are going to come from gold, but that isn't for a long time. So in order to get there, we need to keep moving. I didn't pay attention to the fact that we were about to hit a blood moon, but since it's here, we're going to try to quickly get to this next boss and take it on. The vampire hunter we're about to fight can be a little bit troublesome as well. He throws a lot of fire bombs that are difficult to dodge, but hopefully with the blood moon's help and a potion, we should be able to take him down. There he is. Let's give this a shot, shall we?
Looks like I just stumbled across it.
Crap. Oh, that fire is so brutal. Where's he going? So dumb how it tracks you like that. Got him.
Finally got me.
Yeah, I did. Finally, buddy. Whoosh. Alright, and with that, we got ourselves another ability. Coming over here to vampire powers. There it is. Boom. And with this, you can see the blood level and type of enemies without having to get too close to them, making farming for blood in your prisons and for thralls a lot easier. Let's see if we can get the Soul Reaper real quick. Bam! One General's Soul Reaper. Uh-oh. Hold on. Bam. Unlike other recipes, the General's Soul Reaper you don't need to take to a book or anything. Simply right-click that, and you can make it. Once you're back at your base or your castle, you can come over here to your crafting bench, your smithy, and there is the General Soul Reaper. Takes a lot of resources. If you need gems, you can simply take some of these regular gems, toss them into your Devourer, and get plenty of gem dust. The iron you'll have to gather up and smelt, and then, of course, the Greater Blood Essence. But since we just killed a boss that gave us the ability to make the Greater Blood Essence, simply just put some regular blood in here and allow it time to cook. And once you've gathered up all the supplies, bam! Just look at the stats on that. Physical power, you got your physical damage to undead, you got your spell power, you got your spell crit strike chance. Beautiful weapon. Very beautiful weapon. Yeah, alright everybody, and that's going to do it for us here today. Thank you so much for stopping out. I greatly appreciate you. We unlocked ourselves some new weapons. We went ahead and killed a ton of new bosses. Got some new crafting benches. Upgraded a bunch of stuff, and we're ready to move on to the next thing, but that's going to be for next time. So until then, make sure that you get down in the description, get you in on some giveaways, as well as checking out all my other media links. And then take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, stay healthy out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everybody.